Okay, well, I got to take a break. Anybody want to hear from Eric the Midget?
Oh, yeah. No, you're kidding. He's back already?
Eric, I'm getting so many calls, people don't want to hear from you, but I'm sticking with you.
Thank you.
Eric, I thought our last call was our last call.
Well, yeah, I thought it would be too, but I just got to figure out what your problem is with my call last Friday to the show that Bridget does.
I have no problem with it. In fact, I want you to call into other shows so I can play it on the air.
Yeah, we're going to get you a whole list of shows you can call.
Eric wanted to call the Playboy Channel because he has a crush on some chicks on the Playboy Channel's sister. So he called in, and it was deadly. I mean, the chick didn't know what to do with him. He didn't know what to do with her. It was,
Eric, in a word, it was not entertaining.
It was boring, but...
So what? I didn't want to say anything. I respect Hefner. I'm not going to say anything to his girlfriend or his girlfriend's sister that's going to end up pissing him off.
No, but I mean, if you want to be a caller to a show, you got to call in with interesting topics so that the girls want to talk to you. I mean...
You sounded like a stalker.
Yeah. It was funny in that... You were so bad. Like, here you wanted to call in, and then, like, you kind of had nothing cool to say.
And then, you know, you're giving your MySpace address and asking for hers.
You sound like a goof.
Yeah. So it was funny to play. That was my problem.
Fat ass.
But I'll tell you what, though. Then Eric wrote me this long email, and the guys handed it to me during the show, and I said, guys, I can't read Eric the Midget's long email during the show.
That one was short compared to the one I sent you last week.
Yeah, this was only a page. So single space, so I took it home and read it.
Oh, what did he say?
It was all irrelevant. It was like Eric's really hung up on that his call was, you know, he didn't care if it was good or not, and he has respect for Hugh Hefner. All the stuff he's saying now, but it's more in depth and like somebody cares. I don't know. Eric thinks somebody cares about this stuff. I don't know what's in store.
Well, Eric cares.
Well,
yeah.
I found out a lot yesterday just what Eric cares about because he's really got a whole other world going on. So Eric called us a bunch of times yesterday because he met a friend. He met a girl online that he'd become friends with. In fact, I'll show you a picture. It's really cute.
All right, let me see. Oh, yeah, that's a hot one, Eric. A little Asian, huh?
So this is Eric's friend, and they're good friends. They talk on the phone all the time.
Big titties.
She likes him, you know, as a friend. So he called Jason like 10 times yesterday, and it's like, did you talk to Courtney?
Hey,
did you talk to Courtney? Did you talk to Courtney?
Hey, hang on. Gary, where are you getting that? I didn't call Jason once. I emailed him twice online before I went to bed last night.
He was obsessed with the fact that Jason must talk to this girl. Okay?
Why should Jason talk to her?
We didn't know. So we spoke to her, and...
Because she had called in last week to leave a message for you, and Jason called her on Thursday or Friday, and it seemed like she was going to get a call back from him, and then never did.
See, Eric's all involved. Like, Eric, like...
Any girl who pays him any attention, but he's on the job. You got to get back to her.
But you know what? In all fairness, Eric, help the guy out, so just call her back.
I mean,
Make him look like a hero.
We did call her back.
Right.
So Jason spoke to her yesterday.
Poor kid's trying to get laid.
She likes Eric a lot. Let me start by saying she likes Eric a lot. They speak quite a bit. She actually said that once Eric stopped calling us, the level of calls to her went up quite a bit. But she didn't mind. She thinks Eric's a great guy. But what we got out of it was that Eric wants her to call into our show, okay?
Go ahead.
To say nice things about him in the hopes that Diana DeGarmo will hear it and realize he's a good guy to the point where Eric has given her a list of talking points of good things to bring up about him.
What are the good things?
Well, the big thing that Eric wants to get across is to Diana DeGarmo, but through Courtney telling everybody that he's not dangerous.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Eric, I don't think anyone thinks you're dangerous.
No, that's the least of our worries about you.
All right, if Diana DeGarmo is listening, Eric is not dangerous. In fact, I'm pretty sure you could beat him up.
That's why somebody on an Idol website had to interview her to get her side of it. I found it, or someone found it online and sent it to me.
Somebody interviewed Diana DeGarmo?
Yeah.
And what did she say?
She said that, you know, she doesn't see it. Her and her mom do not see any problem with me at all. They, you know, Diana said she met me a few times, but she's only met me once. And she thinks that I'm a nice guy and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, but I'm like, if a legitimate site is taking what is supposed to be comedy of the show and actually believing it's reality, there's the problem.
No, I think they think it's funny.
Eric, let me ask you a question. Do I need to go out and work my ass off and book Diana DeGarmo and get her in here and make her say what she really thinks? Of course she's going to say that. She's not going to go start trashing a handicapped guy.
She doesn't even remember you. She thinks she met you several times.
Well, here's the thing, Gary.
You're every guy in a wheelchair to her.
Yeah.
She probably met 20 guys in wheelchairs.
You're like a couch to her.
Her and her mom actually can't stand the show or even stand Howard for that matter.
Wow.
You don't know that.
No, I do.
Then why did her mother speak to Howard 100 News if they dislike us so much?
Because Brenda told me that herself when I met them last August, that she doesn't know why I have anything to do with this show, that she cannot stand Howard.
Nah, she loves me.
Who gives a fuck if she likes the show or not?
Who cares?
Really, she's nothing.
Gary, so what other talking points does Eric have on his memo?
It doesn't say, because this isn't the memo. This is just notes from Jason talking to this girl. They're working on a children's book together.
Oh, okay.
Who is?
This girl, Courtney, and Eric. She's helping him edit a lot. Remember you said last week that he should edit all those thoughts? She's helping him with that.
Eric, I don't think you're going to get into this chick's pants at all. This Courtney.
I'm not trying to.
He wants Diana DeGarmo.
No.
What are you, gay?
No.
This chick's hot. Why wouldn't you want to bang her?
Maybe it'll be like a When Harry Met Sally. Maybe he'll realize at some point that he really loves Courtney.
All right. Hey, I got to go. Maybe we'll get Courtney on the air so we can hear the other talking points.
When Scary Met Sally.
What's yours? When Daddy Met Sally?
Yes, that is his. He's actually working on a screenplay.
Come on, Scary's better.
All right, Eric, I got to go, but good to hear from you again. And I wish you luck. If Diana DeGarmo is listening, Eric really needs you in his life.
I thought she didn't like the show, so why would she be listening, Eric?
Of course.
Good luck getting in touch with this G-list celebrity you're obsessed with.
She doesn't listen, but friends of hers and family of hers do.
All right. Well, if any friends are listening.
Have you stopped calling her?
Yes, I have not called once.
Good.
All right.
All right. Thank God. Bet you she likes the show now that I've got Eric to stop calling.
We're her heroes.
All right. Thank you, Eric. And bye for now. We'll check in from time to time. And if this chick Courtney calls, we'll get her on the air and we'll find out what's going on with her.
Okay.
All right. Bye. You got to help the kid out sometimes. It's a mess.
Got to remember.
Look, that's about 5 calls now, to my record.
I can't get enough. I know there are people out there who I get the email, don't have Eric on, and then there are others who really want Eric on. So I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, Eric is he's a treasure.
Right. I love all of this stuff he's going through for Diana DeGarmo.
I mean,
it's so funny.
That's what's funny. It's Diana DeGarmo.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about someone who no one knows from American Idol.
Do you realize I don't know what she looks? I don't think I probably have seen a picture, but I don't know what she looks like. I couldn't tell her in a lineup.
She's so forgettable. I mean, you know, Eric is like treating her like she is a huge star.
What season was she on? Like,
I don't even know.
She looks like Joe Torre with blonde hair.
What? That's not good for American Idol.
Yeah, Mr.
Wow,
Freeze.
what a description.
Joanna Torre?
Mr. Freeze, you're on the air.
Well, I need to talk to Eric. Can you get him back on?
Nah.
You missed him.
You missed him.
No, I'll try back. I need to tell Eric that I love him.
Yeah, that's good. Like you love him physically.
Yeah, I need to hear him squirm when we speak.
All right, good. Next time you call, when Eric's on call in, I'll get you through.
Will do.
Right.
Bye.
A major player appears to be backpedaling in the claim that Kendra's love affair with Eric the Midget is the real deal. It's Howard 100 News Langford Unleashed.
Howard 100 News Langford Unleashed.
I'm not going to say the relationship is real.
Johnny Fratto admitting to Howard 100 News for the first time the alleged romance between Eric the Midget and Kendra the model does not exist.
Well, I would say that it is right now crashed and burned.
Johnny blaming the Stern Show for casting too harsh a spotlight on the unlikely relationship.
Just like a lot of these kind of relationships that you see in Hollywood, Steve. You know, I think a little bit too much publicity behind it, a little too much hype. You know, I mean, look at, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, same kind of thing. This is exactly the same thing.
Fratto also nailing his estranged associate Patrick, who first blew the whistle on this whole scam last week for cooking up the caper in the first place, Fratto claims.
I think that this was a plot hatched by that guy that to really throw Eric in the soup. You know what I mean?
Johnny Fratto rejecting claims that he's the one who orchestrated the Eric the Midget Kendra sweetheart deal.
I'm not calling any shots. Eric is calling the shots.
Eric the Midget apparently not talking to the Stern Show or Howard 100 News these days, but Johnny Fratto acknowledging Eric may still be starry-eyed about Kendra.
I think Eric might be in denial at the moment.
But now even that last lonely balloon looks like it's about to pop. For Howard 100 News, I'm
Find out what the Stern Show is.
This is Howard 100 exclusive.
Eric the Midget, he says he's done with the show for good. And this time, he means it. But I thought maybe I should give Eric a call and give him a chance to speak his mind, maybe even change his mind. But things didn't go so well. That's rude. At least say you don't want to talk.
Get the hint. Get the hint.
Kendrick, listen to me. Talk to me for 2 seconds, all right?
Chewy, no.
Why?
Because I hate you all.
Me? What did I do to you? I got your side of the story out there.
Yeah, then you proceeded to do other shit.
Like what? What did I do?
Bye. Reach Ericus Lynch. Please leave your name and number and a short message at the sound of the beep.
Short message.
Have a nice day.
Brad 100 News, Shuey saying, Shalom for good, biatch.
Shot for Elton.
All right, what else you got?
Now a little good news. Eric the Midget making his personal appearance at a Sacramento Kings game Friday night. 8 fans reportedly showing up to meet him. We have a picture of Eric the Midget posing with a couple of fans holding a 0.0 sign.
By the way, I saw a picture of Eric. His foot is completely turned around. I don't know.
Backwards?
Yeah, he has sneakers on, and his foot is completely reversed.
Wow.
He's got so many problems. Eric, what's going on with your foot? Are you okay with your foot?
My foot is not reversed.
It is. I'm telling you. I'm looking at a picture.
It's not.
Red Rod.
Wait, where is that picture? Gary, I threw it out.
It's a little turn to the side, but it's not reversed.
I think it is, Eric. I hate to take your shoes on backwards then. His shoe is completely turned around.
Not.
Really? Have you seen the picture I'm talking about?
Yes, it is, Eric. I got to print it out again, Howard.
All right, print it out. I'll show it to Robin. She's a doctor. She'll tell you.
I play one on TV.
You might have a condition.
Sacramento. So I remember talking to you and you said, hey, if you can help the guy out. So I had to call a friend of a friend who ran the venue. You know, it was not an easy thing to do. So if Eric asked me on a Tuesday morning, I immediately went to work on it. When I came in Thursday morning, he had left me this vicious voicemail. Listen, if you're around with me, I will get you. And I called him back and I go, Eric, I'm trying to help you. Like, I got other work to do.
Right.
But that's who he was.
Yeah. And it would drive you nuts because you felt he was unappreciative. But what I loved about him, Gary, which I always had to explain myself to Gary because Gary would say, how can you do this? He's driving me crazy. I can't stand this guy. I said, but it's the greatest. It's so great because Eric, by all accounts, with his afflictions and everything he had going on, you would think he would be this meek guy. Like you said, Shuli, he wasn't. He was a guy who would mix it up and be ornery. It was crazy the way he was. He'd yell at you if you were trying to help him.
Yeah. No, he wanted no... He wanted no favors. He was entitled to and you better give it to him.
That's why I feel like Jan must have had like such a wild time with him. I mean, because as much as Jan helped him, he probably got yelled at too.
Oh, just last week I have a voicemail from Eric calling Gary an ape-face for calling him a liar about ALS.
Oh, my God. Oh.
And then Johnny and him would come up with this craziest, most outlandish to call in the show about.
But the thing I love most about that is Eric, at his core, was such a good guy that when you finally get him on the spot, you're like, dude, come clean. What's going on with this? And he'd go,
All right.
Yeah,
He wouldn't get to your face for too long.
Yeah, he was good. One of my favorite moments, Jan, was when Eric decided to go out on his own. He started with Johnny, his own internet radio station, and it was all Eric was the linchpin of this whole thing. And Eric's show, when we would play back Eric's show, it was the greatest thing ever.
Dad wanted to know, I believe, what your last movie. Dad wanted to know, I believe, what your last movie that you went to go see. What movie was that?
Yeah, I wish I didn't see it. I didn't see it. On my TV.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it. What was that about? Oh, yeah, I didn't see it. What was that about?
It was a show about American Idol. It was a wrap-up show for American Idol. And
show done in a well.
It was so great.
No matter what they did, Eric was the one you couldn't hear.
It just went on, and it was always weird technical difficulties.
Eric, are you mad at Johnny for not following orders and calling into the Stern Show last Thursday?
Well, it was really not in orders. When I made this statement that I made the other day,
you couldn't write this stuff.
I knew Johnny wasn't calling in anymore. I was basically...
You couldn't write this stuff.
Oh, it was amazing.
That's a great question.
Yeah. Jan, it was unbelievable, right? And then there was one point Eric had then Eric gave up on the American Idol show. He decided to have a country music show. And the country music show, the problem was the music was louder than Eric.
That was Jules' debut.
He's doing a talk-up right now. She's crazy.
A demo on how not to do a radio show.
Oh, my God. I would say, Eric, we can't hear you. It didn't matter.
Like Christopherson would do.
Got a cold and my left, I got my waistband. I've been
He's talking.
But there was that long gap. He couldn't get started.
He loved country music, right, Jan? That was his thing.
Yeah, that was his main music he liked.
Oh,
he liked a little bit, I guess you could say, pop and R&B.
He loved it all. He loved pop stars. He loved following the charts. He was great. I mean, good Lord.
I loved it when he would call you and give you advice because now you were a judge and he knew all of these shows.
Oh my
and he
God.
evaluated your performance.
He was the only whackpacker that I would get bummed when he was mad at me. We only had one real big fight.
What was your fight about?
This was years ago.
That was the laying down thing.
Yeah, this was years ago. We were doing a show somewhere, and he came out to the show, was a part of it with us. And at one point, Jan took him out of his chair backstage and laid him on a couch, much like this couch here. And Eric was laying on his side, like it just looked like this Playgirl pose of him laying on the couch. So they took a picture. I'm like, hey, can you send me that picture? And I ended up putting it on my MySpace as my profile picture, and Eric flipped out.
Oh. Yeah, because Eric told him as long as you don't post it nowhere. And
it was such an awesome picture. I couldn't resist. And he started texting me. He goes, "You balding Jew asshole pothead."
When Eric was pissed off at you, it was unbelievable. Yeah. Like, I'm thinking back to all the time Eric was pissed off. But what was great was, I guess, on the air, Fred or somebody had said that Eric talks slowly and grunts when he talks.
Yeah.
And Eric just was beside himself.
So you're abundantly clear with each and every person. Let me start over. Let me get something abundantly clear with everyone who listens to this show. I do not grunt when I talk, and I do not talk slowly. Do you hear me talking slowly right now? I talk at a normal rate of speed, and I do not grunt when I talk. Shut up.
Oh my God! Well, he gets mad at you, and then Eric would get mad at Fred because Fred would play the sound effects behind them. It was
I always loved that.
I'm not giving that head credit for
Even if he deserves it, is what
I think you're making a mistake. I don't think that's fair to Steve.
Him covering the story helped you.
Really?
I hate Langford. I want you to fire his dumb chat.
Why? Because he has a huge penis?
Right.
Well, why do you hate Steve?
He helped you.
He's helping you.
0 point.
Are you saying you don't want any help?
Fred, you push that button one more time. I'm going to find a New Yorker.
What?
0.0.
I'll meet you at JFK.
Eric could fight with the best of them, and he loved it. I don't even know what he said to you there, Fred. He was like, gotta do something.
I think he said
He was just mad because, like, I always interject these little things, and he says, I'm going to fly to New York, I'm going to break your fingers.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. It was beautiful. That was so pure.
Yeah, you almost felt like good if Eric was angry with you because it meant you'd arrived or something.
He was alive in those moments.
And by the way, I don't want to paint Eric as always being angry. There were times Eric could be downright sweet when he'd leave his message for the happy holidays.
Hey, it's Eric the actor. I wanted to leave this little Christmas message. So I just wanted to say, happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I've heard about your new 5-year, $400 million contract. Congratulations with that, and hope that you continue to entertain your fans for the next 5 years. Also, thank you for taking my call for the last 8 years plus. All right? So, again, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone.
I tell you, I love Eric the actor. Gonzo, you were always.
You know what I would? Oh, Gonzo,
you were always involved with something with Eric. You and Eric were always going at it. What do you want to say?
I just want to give my condolences. I don't want to make it, I'm just really sad. I'm like really broken up about it. Hey, Gonzo. Yeah. Isn't it a little too late to come and start saying all this stuff and trying to turning your Twitter page around? Yeah, I mean, even when Eric was alive, I never really did that much. I never really, with Eric much. I just, it was the worst one. Since he got on, the worst one is Pollyanna Haas, or whatever you want to call her name, the nurse practitioner that she supposedly took care of her patients, but was able to send people to her house on Craigslist and all this stuff all day long harassing. She has the nerve to harass Eric 24/7, then ask for the obituary and ask to come to the funeral. That was the last person Eric would want to have anything of his.
Gonzo, you said this is officially your last phone call to us.
Well, regarding Eric, yes.
Well, Howard, Eric's last voicemail to me, literally his last request is that Gonzo never gets on the air again.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But I sense that Eric, as much as he didn't like Gonzo, I think Eric liked the three-ring circus of guys like Gonzo with him all the time. Jan, am I wrong about this?
Oh, no, he liked the fighting part.
Yeah.
But he hated the people that he was fighting with.
Right.
Well, and in my defense, by the way, I never really said that, mean things about Eric. It was always Eric starting wildfires or Eric's...
Right, it was absurd stuff.
Right,
Yeah. It was just to have fun with Eric. And I was truly, devastated when I heard the news from Fratto. And it was just, my condolences, and Jan, my sincerest condolences to you. I really do feel I'm shaken up about it.
All right, Gonzo, thank you for the call.
All right, thank you, Howard.
Right.
Anybody?
Yes, Jan.
For anybody that thought Eric was incapacitated and selfless and all that, he did that on the show. But the last thing Gonzo did that pissed off him so bad was all on me. It wasn't even about Eric, really. It was on me.
Yeah, because sometimes it could go too far.
Gonzo calling into a gay, black gay relationship show as me saying that he was getting abused by Eric. And Eric was 2 foot tall. And I worked for Eric for 15 years. which was all. And anybody that knows the truth, well, maybe that was.
That's the best part of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, no one ever believed anything Gonzo did. I mean, it was absurd, yeah.
But he would get the whole premise wouldn't upset Eric. Just one little fact that Gonzo got wrong would upset Eric.
Hansy, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
What's going on, man?
Well, you know what's going on. Eric has died, and Eric was our friend, and we loved Eric.
I know. I didn't mean literally what's going. I just want to say I'm gonna miss Eric. What to call? He was like one of my favorite parts of the show, and one of my favorite memories is when he got mad at Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy Kimmel said that his hand was like a soft peach or something.
He said he shook Eric's hand. It was like a rotten plum.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then Eric got so pissed off at Jimmy. It was so great. But Jimmy, I have to say something because I know Jimmy off the air, and Jimmy Kimmel, Hansy, and Jan and everyone else. Jimmy Kimmel was literally the biggest Eric the Actor fan. So big that I know that Jimmy regularly gave to his Amazon wish list. And that, yeah, and Jimmy was just fascinated by his phone calls. One of the first emails I got when it was, first of all, Jimmy started to write my wife. I was unavailable, and he said, "Tell me it's not true about Eric. Tell me it's not true." When he heard the news, he was devastated. And really, really devastated. I mean, he just adored him, and really said to me, it was weird because I guess we had been playing something of Eric's on Howard 101 while we were away, and he said I sat in my driveway for 20 extra minutes listening to Eric the Actor. I mean, Jimmy, is there a bigger Eric the Actor fan than you?
I don't think. Well, first of all, let me say what an honor it is to follow Hansy and Gonzo Shin.
Right.
Our little pal, Eric. I really did love Eric. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he was, everything about him fascinated me, and I don't think I was the only one. There's so many great, and I don't think Eric would have liked to be called a whack packer, but there's so many great ones, and I think the fact that Eric had no respect for you whatsoever,
right,
is what I liked best about him. Because you sit there and talk to this tiny little guy in a wheelchair, and who lived with his parents and really didn't have a whole lot going on outside of watching wrestling and American Idol. And he would argue with you as if you were equals, and you would argue with him as if you were equals. And I mean, I guess you really were, because you both kind of took that position, and I just love that. I really do. I just
Jimmy, I think you summed it up for me because, you're right. You think that a guy who had absolutely so little going on and really needed me for, trips to the Bunny Ranch or needed me for his fame fix, it didn't matter. What was so fascinating was he would just give me every single day and stand up to me.
But not only that, he'd give you advice.
But yeah,
that's what I love. He'd call you and give you advice.
And anybody else would have just been begging me and kowtowing to me because I had this power to put him on the air. But it was precisely that he didn't give me shit that made him great.
I've been listening since the 90s, Howard, and he is, as he would say, the only normal caller that I would remember that fought so much with you.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
None of the other ones would fight so much with you.
Absolutely. Jimmy,
yes,
this really is devastating, isn't it?
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, it really is terrible. I was trying to explain this to my parents yesterday, and they had no idea what I was talking about. But I really, yes. But I had a lot of affection for the guy, and I just can't. It's so sad that he's not gonna call in anymore. I mean, there were many times where he said he wouldn't call in anymore, and that was part of the fun. The longer it would go, when you knew he was going to finally break down and call in because he'd be offered a bit part on some show, and he'd have some reason that he'd have to break his vow and call, and that was always such added in the negotiations with the balloons. And
Jimmy, do you remember? I think the greatest moment was Eric had banned himself from the show. He said, "That's it. I'm never calling in again." And it had gone on for the longest time, like weeks, literally. We hadn't heard from Eric. And I remember sitting here on the air. I would be looking. How long did it last, Jan? 3 months?
3 months, I think.
3 months. So for 3 months, I hadn't heard from Eric, and I got really weirded out about it because, you know, I loved Eric's phone calls, and I thought, wow, maybe he's for real this time. Maybe we really lost him. I don't know. This sucks. But, of course, if I begged him to come back on, it wouldn't have been any good because then it just wouldn't work. It has to be Eric wanting to come back on. So,
and he was listening, too. He was texting me through that whole time.
And it was driving Eric crazy. So finally one day, we get a call from a guy named Derek.
Right.
Derek from Texas.
Derek from Texas, who started calling in, and of course it was Eric. He could not disguise his voice. He put on a little bit of an accent. And
now that he's gone, we can reveal the secret.
Yeah, and I played along. I would just be Derek. You know Eric can never call in again, but you all talk to. And he's like, yeah, that's right.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. Derek, the actor, might have been my favorite of all time. And once in a while, he'd screw up and call himself Eric.
Right.
It was so
He'd
great.
lose the accent in the middle of the sentence.
Jimmy, what was your favorite Eric, the actor moment?
Turned out he had a lot in common with Derek. With Eric the Midget, Derek from Texas.
Yeah, they were almost the same guy. They both wanted to be actors. They both wanted acting parts. It was great. What was your favorite remembrance of?
Well, for me, it was the balloons. I mean, you know that off year I became obsessed with the idea of flying Eric with balloons, and almost to the point where I think I was pestering you about it.
You were.
There was no price I was unwilling to pay to get to make that happen, and it still amazes me that after all the pressure that we put on him collectively, really to do something that wasn't such a big deal, but that he said no, and he just wouldn't do it, and
he would say no matter what they would offer.
Yeah, he really would.
But what was great about it was there was no way we were going to fly him with balloons. Like there was no way, but just telling Eric he was going to fly with balloons. Because first of all, the idea of attaching balloons to a wheelchair and getting him up in the air in the studio. And then I really had this horrible panic that we fly Eric with balloons and he flew out our window up here.
We never see him again.
He'd be on the 36th floor and he'd just be flying around for the rest of his life. I was more afraid of flying Eric with balloons than Eric was.
And I would call him off air and offer him things just to gauge, like, how against it he was. There was nothing you could offer this guy that would make him agree to that.
And when Jimmy says that he pestered me, I was not flying Eric with balloons ever. But Jimmy was serious about it. And he goes, no, we can do this. You got to make it happen. You got to make it happen. And literally, I'd say 2 or 3 emails a day for a while from Jimmy about flying Eric with balloons.
I studied it. I figured out how many balloons it would take, and that it was indeed possible. But well, you know what? I really admire him for not doing it. He had so much self-esteem for a person who, you know, if it's a lot of people who have everything don't have any self-esteem, and he really, I mean, he knew he was great.
Jimmy, he loved life. Jan, am I right? I mean, Eric, despite all of his pain, all of the predictions of his early death, all this stuff, he loved life. The way he embraced wrestling, and he embraced the show, and he loved it. I wish everyone had a love of life like Eric did.
Well, I'll say a couple things about Jimmy. The one thing when it come up about when did he meet Jimmy the first time, the one thing he would bring up the most was the first time he realized Jimmy was really a fan and was really cool was the first time we went to the studio. We were about 6 blocks away, and he sent his cousin Mickey after us to give Eric a jersey from the Sacramento Kings, and Eric would bring that up a lot when he talked about Jimmy.
Yeah, you know, Eric was grateful, believe it or not. Yes.
And then he, I guess you could say, used Jimmy. Jimmy, I don't know, you guys probably remember when I believe it was Jimmy that set up the visit with the ABC executive and
Rob Mills.
Rob Mills.
Yeah, Jimmy was behind that.
That he would fly with balloons if he did that, and then when he got there, Robert Mills asked him, "When are you going to fly?" And he told Robert Mills, "No, I'm not going to fly."
He lied. Here's a remembrance. This is a little bit of Derek from Texas, Eric's alter ego.
Hi there, Mr. Fratto. I'm leaving this message for you to give to those Stern people, because, I've really been thinking about it. I don't like them at all. They're a bunch of dumps. They don't treat little people nicely.
That was
sound anything like her.
After months of not being on the air, this guy shows up, Derek from Texas, and I'm dealing with Derek from Texas.
They'll never know.
Jimmy, it's a sad day. It really is, and
It is.
we're never going to hear the little guy call in again, and it just seems. And there was a whole new chapter starting. The new Eric the actor without Jan having to live with his parents. And
right, and we didn't know how that was going to play out.
Well, I heard that, and I did feel really bad for him when I heard that story, and I have to say, God bless Jan for taking care of him, because that is a big job, and I think that I wish there were more people like that. That's a pretty great thing.
Jimmy, I know that yes, Jan, and I said this earlier to Jan. I said there's nobody with a more loving heart for Jan to devote his life. Now Jan's got to go take care of his parents in the way he took care of Eric. I said this is a guy who gives like nobody I've ever seen. I mean, it's just remarkable. Really remarkable.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, and. I think I'm thinking of one other Eric memory when he wanted Johnny Fratto to murder the guy who was mean to him in high school.
Yeah, we played the tape. We played the tape. It's so great because Johnny goes, "This kid's a gangster." He gave him the order to hit him. That's it.
He knew what to do. He knew what to do.
You know what? I'm trying to remember because Howard, you tried to stop talking to Eric at one time. You said that you would never take another phone call, and you broke down quickly.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding? I couldn't refuse calls from Eric.
Eric's self-ban lasted longer than any of the ones Howard banned him.
That's right.
Eric would ban himself. And I go, Eric, you can't ban yourself. You're punishing yourself. You love the air. He's going to do it. It never lasted.
But once you did it, and you didn't last any time at all.
No, you can't. You couldn't stay away from Eric, I'm telling you. Jimmy, you should fly with balloons to honor Eric, I think.
You know what? I think there should be, I'd like to see a sculpture built in the park of Eric attached to balloons, and it's something that we could really remember him by. I mean, we got to figure something out to memorialize.
To honor him.
Well, it's funny. Somebody on the internet I saw this morning painted a picture of Eric flying into heaven. Heaven's gates were open, and he was in balloons in his wheelchair. And I'm telling you, I almost lost it. I really did. It was so beautiful. This little cartoon of Eric flying to the pearly gates.
Yeah. I think if God demanded Eric fly with balloons into heaven, he would have told him to go there.
I know. It's funny. Eric, he's such an unusual guy, or was such an unusual guy, because I still can't help but thinking that a guy in a wheelchair and a guy as sick as he was, if there really is a God, I couldn't imagine that Eric wouldn't wake up every day cursing out God for doing this to him. And Eric had none of that. Jan, did he ever complain about his condition? Did he ever sit there and
why me?
Why me? Because he was an excellent representative for people who are full-bodied, who are able-bodied, who really complain about everything. He didn't seem to complain about his lot in life.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, remember also he's the only one with a condition in his family. Yeah. Everybody else was fine.
Able-bodied and tall. And
the recipe's there for him to be super bitter.
Wouldn't it be great, Jimmy, if Eric got 70 naked Carrie Underwoods in heaven? Like that was...
Oh, yeah, Diana DeGarmo.
Oh, Diana DeGarmo. Oh, if Eric could have just had one night with Diana DeGarmo.
Let me tell you something. Guy...
what was great was Eric got her mother's phone number, and he used to call her.
She had to change her phone number. He used to call. I'd say, Eric, you're calling too much. He goes, no. I go, did you call yesterday? Yes. How many times did you call? Like 5. He goes, no, 4. And the mother finally gave up, changed her number. It was great.
The thing he loved more than the show, more than anything else, was giant boobs. So when we would be on the road and he would do shows with us, I would ask for volunteers to come up to let him motorboat. Let Eric motorboat him. And this is what a guy he was. I go, I threw this idea out one night. I said, what about dressing you up like Superman? And we literally hold you up and fly you into the breasts. And he looked at me and he goes,
no Superman, but you could fly me into the breast. And so literally Jan was on stage holding him, and I mean the shots of his face sliding into breasts one after, and I mean 10 chicks lined up.
He loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Wasn't happy
with him. What?
That was the last 2 shows he ever did.
Yeah.
Wow. What was his thing about costumes? Because that was always a big deal. You could never, once
please.
Johnny had a job for him to be in a bumblebee costume or something, and Eric refused.
Eric had his dignity, like Jimmy said.
That's some clown.
Fucking footed, you moron.
Oh, my God. When Eric would get upset about Club Footed, that was another. I didn't even play that clip. And there's so many clips you could play, but this one is the best. By the way, I saw a picture of Eric. His foot is completely turned around.
Well, he had an operation.
Yeah, he has sneakers on, and his foot is completely reversed.
Wow.
Okay? He's got so many problems. Eric, what's going on with your foot? Are you okay with your foot?
I'm double jointed. There's nothing
There ain't no
wrong with my foot.
double jointed. That's quadruple jointed.
Part of my disability, jackass.
All right, but that's why I'm asking.
There's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's been that way.
All right, I was worried about you. Am I wrong to be worried about you?
I'm club-footed, you asswipe.
I didn't know what you were. I said there might be something wrong. I love when he called me an asswipe.
But it was great how Eric would say there's nothing wrong. Everything was wrong.
Right.
This is one of the things I really love about the show, because I think almost everyone else, and really everyone else, if you have somebody who's handicapped or has something that's uncomfortable to talk about, you just won't talk about it, and you'll just be nice to that person. You won't speak to them like a human being. You just kind of let them go about their lives and not give them any attention. But that's like when people know each other, people are friends, they do talk about these things specifically, and to get that kind of stuff out in the open on the show is rare, and one of the things that I really love. And sometimes people are like, oh, we're making fun of Eric. It's like, yeah, of course, we're making fun of Eric. Everybody makes fun of everyone on the show. He's treated like anybody else on the show. And,
yeah.
Well, that was one of the things that I was most
he said plenty of times, and I'm pretty that the show and Howard has the right to make fun of him, but no fans have the right to make fun of him.
Well, he certainly fought that.
Well, you know what, Jimmy and Jan, that I woke up this morning, Bob Lefsetz, who writes this column that I really like, he wrote a whole column on Eric the actor, and it was really touching. And he was talking about this point, that he learned more about Eric's, bathroom habits. Eric was very open, and Jimmy makes the point, too, that handicapped people, you really, they're sort of like untouchables. You don't know what's going on with them. People
Everybody's
avoid
afraid to do anything.
And Eric would really say, yeah, I jerk off, I roll onto the bed, I do that. Eric had a lot of pride, but also he was willing to talk about just how difficult his life was. Like he said, my last conversation with him, he was like, yeah, I bathe myself, but Jan has to help me with this and that. In fact, my last conversation was about you, Jan, because he was so upset that his parents were now going to be taking care of him.
Can I please say this last thing?
Okay.
It's Jan's last week of being here. He's going to leave on the 21st or 22nd.
Who's going to take care of you?
Who's going to help you? Yeah.
My parents.
Oh, that sucks.
Wow. We'll probably never hear from you again then.
What do you mean your parents?
Oh,
I mean,
no. I'll still call in.
Doesn't Jan bathe you and drive you and do everything?
The driving part, yes.
Oh, he doesn't bathe you?
No, I pretty much handle that myself.
Oh, okay.
Well, where's Jan going?
Yeah, why is he leaving?
He's got to do what he does for me for his parents in Arkansas.
Jan is a good dude. All right. Well, anyway, Jimmy, I like that you called in because I knew how big a fan you were of.
Yeah.
Can I ask you?
Well, thank you for bringing Eric to us, and Jan, thanks for taking care of him. And I guess I'm going to go my pillow now and in tribute to Eric.
That's the best tribute you could give, Jimmy, if you just would lay down on your bed. Instead of jerking off on your back, jerk off on your stomach.
I'm going.
That would be the way. What is it?
I was going to ask you and Jimmy, did either of you cry at any point this weekend when thinking about Eric?
Did I cry? I didn't cry, but I got really, really sad.
Me too. I had weird feelings of going from, well, first of all, I didn't necessarily believe it because I thought it might be some kind of a publicity stunt, and I was hoping that was the case. I was searching the internet. Some guy posted that Eric had favorited a tweet the night before, and I thought, oh, well, if he did that, he has to be old.
It was a porn tweet, by the way, too.
Yeah, I didn't believe. By the way, I didn't believe that he had died at first, and I know Jimmy was looking for information. And I said, I don't know. This could be an elaborate hoax that Eric set up, just to,
I hope it still is. I really do.
Yeah, Jan, if you told us it was a hoax, we'd be happy.
Jimmy, yes,
that was me on Saturday night. We announced it yesterday, but on Saturday night, where there was no fake ones about it, I went on his page and favored some stuff. Because we were trying to keep it from off the internet till I told Howard.
Okay.
So that's because as soon as Eric had no activity on Twitter for 30 minutes, he was.
Wow. Well, all right, Jimmy, Jan. Jan, first of all, I want to thank you for calling in and telling us about Eric's final moments.
Let me tell you one more thing. Johnny will probably call in and talk about this too. If you pull up real quick. One thing that's kind of, I guess you could say, eerie, on the Facebook page for one of his fans' page on Facebook, he's sitting in front of Johnny's elevator, and there's angels on Johnny's elevator sitting above his head in the picture.
Do I have that picture?
Johnny has angels on his elevator?
Yeah. Pull up, and his initials. Pull up Eric's main Facebook page.
Okay. I'll definitely check that out. That's kind of eerie. All right, Jan, listen, I know how painful this is for you. You were closest to Eric, and you took such good care of him, and I got to tell you something. If there is a heaven, you're going to it, Jan. You can be sure of that. You're a good man. Jimmy Kimmel, you're a good man, too. You have a TV show, I understand. It's on at 11:30 at night. Everybody should tune in tonight.
You've heard of this?
I
really only called in for a plug.
That's all Jimmy wants. Jimmy, by the way, will be flying with balloons on the Jimmy Kimmel show tonight in honor of Eric. He's going to actually fly out and deliver the entire monologue as he is floating into the sky.
There's another whackpacker that wants to go on Jimmy's show. You know about this?
Who is this?
Underdog.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jimmy, you've been following that?
There are no other whackpackers as far as I'm concerned.
Today, you're right.
You're right. That's the perfect tribute. All right, Jimmy, Jan, thank you. I'm going to go take a commercial break. We've been talking about Eric for an hour, 14 minutes, and I suspect we'll be talking about him a lot more because I see our phones are filled with people who want to speak about him. Jan, thank you for reflecting with us. Jimmy Kimmel, Eric's #1 fan, thank you.
Take care. You're welcome, and
thank you.
Bye-bye, guys. There they go. Jan.
I can't believe Jimmy didn't cry. Jimmy cries over everything.
Jimmy cried over John Ritter. I would think if anyone was going to cry on the air about Eric, would be Jimmy. Yeah. Is anyone willing to cry on the air about Eric?
I thought I would. I lost a little bit on Saturday.
Marianne, are you crying?
Yes, I was, Howard. I cried all night and all morning, and little Mikey wrote a song that it doesn't make you get down on your knees and cry, but my cry turned to anger, Robin. I mean, how do you not know that it was trending on Twitter that Eric died?
I don't follow all of this stuff. I'm not living the life of a social media person. Sorry.
It's not a day to argue, but Howard, you gave him so much joy. In fact, I would be afraid to say, anything like Eric did to you, and you know that, and he said it to you, and, that was what we loved about him. He spoke the truth. Jan took such good care of him, and I just don't believe it. It's like,
all right, Marianne, thank you.
It's so sad, Howard. Howard, we know how much you really loved him and how much he meant to you. Robin, I don't know. It's going to trend. Robin doesn't know what's going on in the news.
All right, Marianne.
You're right, I don't.
It always comes back to Robin.
Robin, get my number. You can call me. I'll give you all information if you need it.
Robin, you're disgraceful. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
How did Robin not know about Eric the actor?
For the record, Robin cried at VegFest when she was stuck there.
Oh, stop.
I'd cry if I was a baby.
Me too, like a baby.
Yeah, I don't even want to ask Robin about Fest. That's how crazy.
There'd be one exciting thing at VegFest.
I got the confirmation that Eric was, and it's weird. I went and jerked off.
What?
Yeah,
people mourn in different ways.
That's how I deal with grief. Yeah, I went on YouPorn and watched and I realized, I said, I'm upset right now. This is horrible, but I feel like jerking off. And I wasn't going to deny myself jerking off because that's our right as American citizens.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I watched this was great, fake agent porn where this girl, really hot blonde, is running an agency and a guy comes in and she seduces him because she convinces him to be in porn.
The dialogue's the best part of those.
The best. Oh, my God. And the guy's like, I don't know. I don't want to get into porn, this and that. She goes, come on. And then she sits down next to him, starts rubbing his cock, and he's like, all right, I'll get into porn. And it is so great. And I came right when she was blowing him, so I didn't even get to see the ending.
I like when they go, look, they just have to see on video that I can do
right, yeah.
And then you'll get the job.
And big money.
Right.
But
it's always big money, huh?
No, I was laying in bed last night. I'm watching TV. I couldn't get to sleep, and I realized it was because of Eric. Like, I was just, like, kind of upset that Eric was gone, and it really hit me hard when I laid down. I was watching Ray Donovan, which is such a great show. Oh, my God.
I know. That show is so crazy.
Oh, my God. I love that show so much. Ray Donovan. And
see our boy Jay Thomas on there?
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, he was great.
Man, Jay was great. And you know, it was just like... then it just I turned off the TV and I realized why I couldn't sleep. I was like, oh, Eric is gone. It really hit me hard. I mean, everyone's dropping like flies and I hate being left. I'm so mad at Eric for leaving. They should have.
You know what? There were many times, Eric gave us a little scare not too long ago saying he might have to go into the hospital. And we were so worried. And, when he said, no, that wasn't, necessary, they were going to give him another 6 months before they evaluated the situation again, we thought we had more time.
Yeah.
You know, he used to fight with a lot is Jeff the Drunk. And Jeff and him, there was a great, we use it for a bumper, but inside the actor's studio, when they go back and forth and answer the same 10 questions,
great.
And they get at it. I mean,
yeah,
those
Eric was
two.
upset because Johnny Fratto was starting to represent Jeff the Drunk because Jeff was willing to take gay roles and Eric wasn't.
But that's the other thing. Literally 2 weeks ago, I'm having this argument with him where he's like, I want the homophobic stuff to stop.
What does this mean? On Twitter right now, bye for now is number 2. What do they mean, number 2?
The hashtag bye for now is trending. It's number 2 on Twitter right now.
Bye for now. Oh, that was Eric's favorite phrase, bye for now. And, Eric resisted bye for now. That was his catchphrase, and it was really catching on, actually. I mean, it was really impressive.
Yeah, as soon as we started to notice it, he stopped doing it.
Yeah, we loved it. And then, as soon as as Robin says, as soon as I like bye for now, then Eric wouldn't do bye for now. It was always bye for now. What was that?
He just went bye. He couldn't even do his catchphrase.
Where's your catchphrase?
Not gonna do it.
Oh, he's holding out the catchphrase.
You dropped your catchphrase?
Yep.
Why?
Are people teasing you about that, too?
Yeah, they're using that in our messages.
Bye for now. Don't drop your catchphrase.
You stick with it.
Now say your catchphrase.
All right, bye for now.
The reporter I called, crap, don't like the bunnies out.
The Actors Studio is proud to welcome Eric the Actor.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
What you did in that film was remarkable for so many reasons.
Yeah, I guess from watching that.
What's your favorite word? What's your least favorite word?
Ack.
What turned you on?
I've been a Jeff Hardy fan for quite a while.
My name's Kevin Stevens, and I'm an actor here.
Get the away from me, you idiot. He comes anywhere near me, I'll break his wrist. Stay the away from me. Just back the off me, or else you regret.
Coming to Broadway, Eric the Actor's tweets, the opera. I do not myself. I do not check myself. I've never once crapped myself when I was at the A's game. Go Off yourself and go to hell, you dips! Combining opera's most beloved arias with Eric's majestic poetry. I am not gay. I have you in my life. Experience the passion. You don't. I do not have cum on my glasses. The excitement. I am not a bug-eyed toad. Go yourself, you pathetic mother dumb shit. The fury. I am not bipolar. I do not have a lazy eye. Go yourself. For tickets, use the hashtag ACAC.
All right, a couple of memories of Eric. We've spent an hour and a half on Eric, and I would gladly spend another hour and a half because he deserves it. Yes, Johnny Fratto.
You know, the impact will really hit me when, after a while, I realize we're never going to hear an Eric call. It'll never pop up again where we say, well, Eric the actor's on the phone.
Johnny Fratto, you're on with Yam. Yes.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. And, you know, it's a weird, because of the way he acted, you know, it almost, I mean, we should have all kind of been prepared for this, but we weren't. Because he acted like he was bulletproof, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I knew he was ill, and I knew that he wouldn't last long, and he had defied all of the doctor's predictions, but at the same point, I always thought that Eric would just beat the odds and live forever.
Yeah, but you know what, Howard, you were the medicine. Howard Stern Show was the medicine, and I believe that you guys extended his life. And obviously, I mean, no question, no one could argue that you gave him a great life. You gave him a better life, really, than a lot of people that aren't afflicted.
People used to say to me, "Are you making fun of Eric?" I go, "No." I said, "I treat Eric like everyone else. I do not want to treat him differently." And I think Eric liked that. I think Eric liked mixing it up.
But you provided a lot of things for him to do, and those were the things that he loved, and that's what kept him alive. But the reality is, and when I laughed, you know, because he would be always after one of you. And it would be Robin, or it would be you, or it would be Fred with the noises, or Gary, you know, or Will.
Gary, yeah.
Something wrong on the phone. And, you know, he would call me, and he would always, you know, he was always going to get even, or he was always going to beat you.
Yeah,
I mean, I think this is why I stuck around, because, you know, here's a kid that, like you said earlier, I mean, he can't walk, he can't use his hands, he can't make a sandwich, for Christ's sake.
Right.
Or use the restroom, or take a bath. But here he is with confidence that it doesn't even, where did it come from? Where did all that confidence come from? Where did the courage come from, you know?
So you stuck around with Eric because you stuck around with Eric because I think you genuinely liked him. I think you were fascinated by him.
Howard, I wanted to hate him so badly.
Right.
I really, truly did, and I ended up loving the fucking kid.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, me too. I love when he told you
he was entitled. He was entitled from, you know, if you want to believe. And I think this was some kind of an evil ruler in another time. And they said, go back to Earth, and this is what you're going to be, because the body didn't fit the brain.
Right.
What was going on in the brain didn't fit in the body.
There's so much, you know.
And John for Glock.
There's so much suffering going on in the world, and this is a guy who really, no matter how much he was suffering, you're right. He was like Genghis Khan. I mean, he was going to conquer the world.
He did not care, and he didn't care, and he didn't see himself as handicapped. So when he saw girls, we'd be pushing him down the street, and he would immediately say, "Wheel me up to that girl," and he would do his best.
I really love that. Johnny, I do want to say, before I run out of time, Johnny, I do want to say this to you, and Jan is numero uno, and you're numero two, because you really, it was so great that you acted as his manager and you took his calls and you treated him seriously and you would make arrangements for him. I mean, it was a major pain in the ass in Johnny's life. You know, Johnny's got a family and he runs a business and all that. And to sit there and take incessant, one phone call after another, over and over and over again from little Eric.
Oh, Howard, you had no idea. I mean, hundreds, really sometimes 40, 50 calls a day.
Wow.
And any time of the day or night, he didn't care that Johnny had a life, a business. Any time of the day or night,
and then he would do like time limits on everything. Like, in other words, like he wanted to get late, and he knew he couldn't go to the Bunny Ranch, and I didn't know that. I heard it on your show, but then he talked about the altitude, but I heard that first, and I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I mean, now it's like, I have to find sea level to get you.
That's not hard enough.
It was always like some impossible thing, and then he would put a time on it. Like, you got 2 hours to do this, or you got 3 hours to do this.
Hey, he knew he was running out of time, so he had to definitely put a time limit on it. That's it. Johnny, thank you. Johnny, thank you, and Jan, thank you if you're on the line there. And guys, Johnny, I thought it was great the way you had interaction with Eric, and I know you are heartbroken. I know he was you considered him family. I know that.
I loved him.
I know.
And the guy on the phone here, this Jan. Yeah, that's a man's man. That's a man's man, Howard. The way he took care of this kid.
Right.
That I never see nobody care so much.
Well, ever. You're absolutely right. That's
no one will ever do that for me, I promise you.
I feel that about Jan, and I feel Eric was a bit heartbroken because he loved Jan so much. And I got to tell you, Jan, you're a stand-up dude, and I really mean that, and I think the world of you. And Johnny, same. And now maybe you can finally pay attention to your kids now that Eric is gone. If anything good comes out of this, Johnny will now pay attention to his kids because he was more wrapped up in Eric's life than his own children.
Oh, the other thing, I don't know if you guys could tell when he called into the show, the other thing he was super stressed and worried about was the surgery. He was pretty sure it was going to happen in November, and nobody knew what the outcome of that would be.
Maybe if they'd done that surgery, maybe he could have lived a little longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Howard, I don't think he would have ever made it to it.
No, because he was so sick.
He was way too frail. I think he was way too frail.
Yeah. All right, Jan. Let us know how you're doing from time to time. Johnny, of course, we'll hear from you. And thanks, guys. And I'm so sorry that Eric's gone. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you again.
Bye. Well, there they are. The two guys closest to Eric, Jan and Johnny Fratto, who was his longtime manager, believe it or not. You know.
Some of those negotiations were priceless as well, that Johnny would have to go through for Eric's various activities.
I should have asked Jan. I mean, who's going to clean out Eric's stuff? You know, like what happens to Eric's chair? What happens to Eric's memorabilia? All his little, his A's, his beloved A's, the hats.
Yeah, and I think he collected a lot of autographs and all of that stuff.
Like, what are they doing with all that? I wonder if Jan's a part of that.
Well, he said he was staying there a week longer. He's probably helping.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder what the WWE is feeling. You know, they've lost one of their biggest supporters.
Eric Lynch, Eric the actor. Some knew him as Eric the Midget. He didn't like that, so we changed it to Eric the actor. But, he complained, and he was great. He was no bigger than 4 feet tall, but boy, oh boy, did he have a big presence on this show. And he didn't have the looks, he didn't have the strong body, but he had a mind on his shoulders that I think people will never forget. And he really did teach us a lot.
I love that Johnny said he'd have them roll him right up to any beautiful woman he saw, and he'd take a shot.
That's right. He tried to find things in life that mattered to him and go after them, and Eric lived life. You know, most of us wouldn't have the balls to ask for a free pass to a whorehouse, but Eric did. And maybe that was the secret to life. Who knows?
Look, who demands to be on TV shows and then gets his way?
Always got his way. You know, Eric needed a lot of help. He really did. He needed my help getting acting jobs. He needed help from the government getting oxygen and medical supplies. He needed Jan, of course. He needed Johnny. He needed his parents. He needed free stuff from Amazon. But, I mean, he had a wish list for some of the most ridiculous shit that you've ever seen. He wanted, on his wish list, for real, the big book of boobs, an Eric Chavez action figure from the Oakland A's. He wanted a case. That's 24 bottles of Dr. Brown's cream soda. He wanted every flavor and size of Gatorade that you can imagine. He wanted pellet pistols, blank guns.
Pellet. That's right. He loved guns.
What's a Little Debbie zebra cake? He wanted that, too. I don't even know that.
It's a brand of cake. Little Debbie's is a brand.
He even wanted batting gloves, and I don't know why. He was in a wheelchair. I don't get it.
Going on to the batting cage.
Yeah. And even more bizarrely, he wanted the Sony headphones, the Simon Cowell edition Sony headphones.
The Simon Cowell edition.
Yeah. Some knew him as Eric this, Eric that. We'll know him as Eric the Angel now. We're going to change his name. Eric the Little Belligerent Angel.
Well, now we're getting quite a few representatives up there from our whack pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've lost quite a few people.
Would you say that Eric, Gary and I were just talking about this, would you say that Eric, was Hank the Angry Dwarf a bigger impact on the show or Eric?
Oh, wow.
That's a tough one.
That's a good question.
I said possibly Eric. I mean, Hank, was right up there.
Hank was amazing.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I think I'm calling that even.
Right. Well, I want to thank Kelly Clarkson this morning because she's the reason I found Eric.
Yes.
Eric
Thank
was in
goodness
love
you
with
called her fat.
That's right. If I hadn't called her fat,
we'd have never met Eric.
The ball never would have started. The ball never would have started rolling. He was 85 pounds. And I think anywhere between 3 and 3.5 feet tall. I never really figured it out. But you can't judge a book by its cover. Because too often in life, we pass by little guys like that in wheelchairs, or we give them a tap on the head or something, treating them like they're 3 years old. And Eric didn't want any of that. He had a rich life, and it was filled with bitterness and triumph and agony and all that kind of stuff. And through his own little devices, Jimmy Kimmel became friends with him, and Natalie Maines adored him, and Hollywood producers and directors put him in TV shows, and his obituaries even in Variety magazine and Us magazine.
Yeah. Zac Efron called him out for the Ice Bucket Challenge. Look at that.
And like Joan Rivers, even though, when Joan Rivers died, it was a shock to us. Even though we knew, she was 81 years old, how much longer could she live? And like with Eric, you knew he wasn't going to live forever, but it still comes as a shock that he's dead.
Yeah.
It really
and it's
does.
just like Johnny Fratto said, it was because he always fought back with such a vengeance. He never seemed or sounded frail. He didn't feel frail. And so we always believed he'd be around.
God, he loved wrestling. I don't think there was much left on his bucket list. He did get out and do a lot of stuff. We even got him laid.
He went to the matches. He met the wrestlers. And he did. He got laid. He had never had that experience before encountering this show.
That's right. I also loved how delusional he was. We were having Jonah Hill on the show, and he actually sent us a direct message that was, I know Jonah Hill's coming on, and that he's a fan of mine. If he wants to talk, please call me. That was a message from Eric about Jonah Hill. I don't know that Jonah Hill ever called, though. Who knows?
I don't know, but Jonah did remember him.
Yep. And I guess Eric's last acting job is Brickleberry. Brickleberry. He's on the cartoon.
Oh, yes. And you know what? Last week, wasn't Yucko calling to say they might cut Eric out of the show?
Yes. I got annoyed with Yuck over that. I said, you knew what Eric sounded like. Don't cut him out. What, it shocks you that Eric speaks the way he does?
Terrible.
Come on.
You know what we didn't play? Remember those times we would have an American Idol contestant that he was a fan of call him and and try sex talking with him?
Man, there's so many things I could have played. I played a bunch of stuff this morning, but I could play 3,000 tapes, 3,000 hours. Well, as the days and weeks go by,
we will remember.
We'll remember Eric. But my favorite story was Eric and the werewolves in New Mexico. So that's we all have our own favorite moments. Let me see if there's anything else. There was a bunch of fans on the phone. I'll get to them as much as I possibly can. I do have to take another break, though, first. There's other things on people's minds besides Eric the actor. We'll try to get to those as well. But, Wolfie, I see you've been on the phone all morning. What do you want to say about Eric the actor?
Hey, Howard. I just wanted to say I'm really bummed. Eric was just a really good dude. I was actually talking to him a lot over the past 2 months over the telephone, and just the kind of stuff that he would share. He had a big heart, and I know he was really mad about Gary and denying that Eric contributed to ALS, but Eric even told me about other charities that he gave to. So he really was a good guy.
Right. All right, Wolfie. Thank you.
Yeah, he gave me some facts about just his general routine, and I was always curious if you'd be interested to know about some of that stuff that he did on a daily basis.
Sure, go ahead.
How many times per day do you think Eric brushed his teeth?
I'm going to say he probably wasn't that fastidious. I'm going to say 3 times a day.
Now, 1 time per day.
That's it.
Yep, he said he was just really bad about remembering that thing.
He would do it in the morning?
He didn't say when, because he only woke up around noon every day, so I would guess it would be later on in the afternoon.
How did that come up in conversation? You just asked him?
Yeah, I was talking to him for a while, and then he would just start saying stuff, and I'm like, man, I got to document this and remember it, so I would just kind of write down interesting things. Like, what do you think Eric's greatest fear in life was?
Drowning.
No, venomous snakes.
Not werewolves?
No, not werewolves. And that always cracked me up, because when would Eric ever encounter a venomous snake?
Well, maybe when he went to New Mexico to tape In Plain Sight.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that was his fear.
Yeah, he's just a fascinating guy. The stuff that he would come up with would always...
Yeah, give me more. This is good, Wolfie.
Okay, if Eric could have any career of an actor, which actor would he want?
Johnny Depp.
Not even close.
Let me think. Jack Nicholson.
No, it'd be The Rock.
Think about the things that Eric is into, though, and that'll help you.
What about Robin says The Rock? And maybe that's it.
Nope.
Who is it?
Matthew Perry.
Oh, my God, from Friends?
Matthew Perry?
And the reason was he was in a movie called The Whole 9 Yards, where he stood in a room with Amanda Peet when she was naked. So he got to see that. That's why Eric would want his career.
That's the kind of thinking that I loved about Eric. Like, he didn't think about the roles of a lifetime or anything. He thought about, like, standing in a room naked with Amanda Peet.
Yeah, he was a guy's guy. He really was.
Yeah. What else you got there? Anything else?
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch. What was Eric's favorite fast food restaurant?
I'm going to say Wendy's. I got to get one of these right.
Taco Bell.
It's a place you guys used to love.
Roy Rogers?
Roy Rogers?
Oh, actually, no, sorry. It was Arby's. Arby's was his favorite.
Yeah, we didn't love Arby's.
No, we didn't. No, Arby's wasn't our thing.
What did he get? What did he get? The roast beef sandwich?
He liked the hot ham and Swiss, the chicken bacon and Swiss, the chicken cordon bleu, the curly fries, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, and chicken strips.
Oh, my goodness.
Didn't he, at one point, wasn't he following on Twitter some of the fast food restaurants like McDonald's?
Yeah, I believe he was, yeah.
And, a part of,
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon he followed. But, it's funny. You'd think Eric would have been a little bit more of a healthy eater, but I guess he didn't give a shit.
How many times per week did he eat fast food?
He wasn't in actual good shape for a little guy 3 foot tall. I mean, he wasn't fat. How many times a week did he eat fast food? This has got to be a big number.
He told me on average.
7 times.
3 times.
Yeah, I bet you it was 7.
But what did he eat otherwise? Did Jan cook?
I know what his favorite snack food was.
I'm going to say, Pringles?
You got it right.
You're kidding. I knew that.
How did you know that?
From his Amazon wish list.
Yeah, that was his favorite snack food.
No wonder Eric had stomach problems. Eating all that shit.
Yeah, Jan was talking about how he had stomach problems. Listen to what he ate.
Yeah, if I was taking care of Eric, I'd just be like, Eric, why don't you stop eating all that shit?
what was his favorite food overall?
I'm going to say some Italian dish, either pizza or spaghetti.
Nope, bacon.
Oh, wow.
He did not hesitate. He loved bacon.
You know, I was thinking as you're talking, as bad as Eric's diet was, I'm realizing now JD would probably drop 20 pounds if he ate as well as Eric. Because I watched what JD said, it's unbelievable.
Oh.
Yeah, but those I could go on, but those are a few of the good ones. And the other thing that he told me that when he was in high school, it just kind of shows you the kind of guy he was, that he was the highest earner in this charity competition that they have. And the thing that cracked me up, the competition was called a mathalon. So whoever answered the most math questions correctly got the most money for charity, and Eric won that.
That can't be true.
That's what I could not believe that he could do. I don't know how he...
Either that or all the kids in his school were morons.
What, did they get the test beforehand and it was open book or something?
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, he was an amazing guy, and you treated him really well. I know he liked you. He didn't like Gary very much, but he did like you.
Yeah, Gary was his enemy. Did you, you know, it's interesting. What, do you have a file on everybody? I mean, because you're like a creepy stalker, Wolfie.
No, this was, like I said, I only started talking to him maybe 2 months ago, and just as he was saying stuff, it was just fascinating.
Did you?
How did you wind up talking to him?
But you take notes, right? And then you...
I took notes on that, but I felt guilty about it. Like I never called in with it,
right?
Because I didn't want to. I felt like that was kind of betraying his trust. I didn't want to do that, but yeah. But now,
why were you talking to him?
Just I hooked up with him from another guy from the show. He gave me his contact information, and we started talking.
You know, Wolfie has a full-time job, which is unbelievable because you know he's got so much time.
Well, okay, Howard, the only time you could talk to Eric would want me to call him at midnight my time.
Right.
because that's, you know, outside of his nap or TV schedule. So, yeah, late at night, every now and then I'd give him a call.
He didn't DVR? He would just, like, watch TV in real time?
I guess not. I don't know to that level. But that's what he said. He would always say, yeah, give me a call at midnight.
What facts do you have on speech impediment, man? Do you have any?
Nah, I don't know him.
Okay, all right. Well, try to find out.
He'll be calling you later with his contact information.
All right, Wolfie, thank you for remembering Eric.
Yeah, good guy. Thanks, Howard.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye for now. That's how we should end. Bye for now. Using Eric's catchphrase.
I mean, on top of all the other conditions.
You think you got to start working on that one?
Oh, I'm worried about him.
Do you walk at all,
I
Eric?
was in your studio in November. My foot wasn't reversed then, was it?
I don't remember.
No damn difference.
Anyway, so he had 8 people at the appearance.
Maybe when
That's
you're
what we're told.
relaxing.
Well, that's some appearance. Is that depressing to you, or do you feel good when 8 people show up? I guess he feels good.
Look, at least he shows up for the 8 or the 80.
I just can't figure out what's going on with his foot. I said, Eric looks like that. You ever watch the movie The Fly?
Yeah.
And at the end, he goes in the machine, but he gets mixed in with, like, something else?
Right, Brindlefly.
I feel like Eric went in that machine and got mixed in with something.
Not all humans.
Brindle, Eric.
And the fly is winning.
Here, look at that picture. Tell me his foot's not turned around.
All right. Oh, my goodness.
See, Eric?
Whoa! That is wild.
Well, is it the sneaker or, like, the foot?
Look, I don't even think if you saw this, you'd faint.
I don't even think there's a foot in the sneaker.
I don't know what's going on there.
I really think it's like a stunt sneaker.
I think if I got up to walk over there and see it, I would faint.
Is that picture on the internet so the fans could see it?
Oh, it's a crazy picture.
There is a foot in that sneaker. There's nothing
then you got a problem.
Yeah, let Artie look at it, and George. George will tell you. He's honest.
Look at that.
Eric, it almost looks like... It looks like there's a person laying underneath you, like, with his feet to the outside. You know what I mean?
Right, George?
It's
hard to figure out how that shoe is directed that way. He's sitting on his leg, and is there a foot in that shoe?
Yeah, he says there.
Yes.
The guy I feel sorry for is the DJ who's spinning records for no one.
Can I see? Yeah, they had a DJ
Look at
there.
that big hall, and there's nobody.
Let me have this
bizarre.
picture, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. It looks like he's sitting on his leg.
singles night.
He's spinning records for 6 people. I think it's funny that Artie's worst nightmare is your best day.
Singles night.
Yeah, and there's a single person there.
What the fuck, singles
Eric,
night?
in the picture, you're sitting at a table, but I don't see anybody there with you. In other words, there's no fans lined up. There are no fans.
They hadn't gotten there yet.
So what was the total, Eric?
It was 8.
And you're happy with that?
0.
Yeah.
Point.
You are? I thought you had 200 tickets.
And wait a second, Eric, because I looked at all the pictures, so let's be fair. I saw 2 guys that were there that had things around their neck that clearly look like they worked there. Are you counting them as 2 of the 8?
No, they were after the 8 had come up.
All right.
All right. Well, there
Oh, wait,
you go.
yeah, you're right. 10.
Well, congratulations, Eric. Thank you.
Right. And thank you to James Morris for setting it up.
All right. Sounds like a successful evening was had, Robin.
Thanks to James.
I'm so happy for him.
Yeah. And get that foot looked at.
I'm double jointed. There's nothing
There ain't no
wrong with the foot.
double jointed. That's quadruple
Part
jointed.
of my disability, jackass.
All right, but that's why I'm
Don't tell us
asking.
there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's been that way.
All right, I was worried about you. Am I wrong to be worried?
Footed, you ass wipe.
I didn't know what you were. I said there might be something wrong.
I'm club-footed, yes.
I didn't know you were club-footed.
That's like, you know what,
I
Eric?
saw the sneaker, and I said, there's something wrong. I'm going to bring it up to Eric. That's concern.
I would be that
Eric,
angry.
the ass wipe.
I would be that angry,
What?
too, if I was club-footed.
But why do you have to make fun of me? What did I do wrong? Because I cared?
Because you don't know.
Eric, the jackass.
Eric, how would I know that?
Hey, Fred, you like doing old bits? Eric, the piece of crap. Those are old, you fucking idiot.
Eric, I don't care about old bits. Eric, could you make up your mind about what you want to call? You keep blurting at yourself different
Eric,
names.
the idiot.
Eric, the idiot you want us to call you?
Eric, the sack of shit.
How about Eric, the club-footed midget?
Eric, the shit penis.
Eric the penis.
That is
Eric, the bastard.
All right, Eric the bastard.
Eric, the pathetic.
Make up your mind.
Lame ass, loudmouth, defensive, stupid, annoying, screwed up, retarded. Game, jackass.
Eric, I apologize, but I assure you, I don't know of your affliction. I don't know what you have.
Right.
How would I know that? I was concerned when I saw your foot was turned backwards, and I said, I'm going to bring it up, and you should have it looked at.
Eric, the complaining midget.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
Eric, the Fred, the asshole that doesn't know when to shut up. Eric, the loudmouth midget.
I thank
Find
you.
a new bit for Fred, Eric, the screwed up midget.
All right. Thank you, Eric. And congratulations on your appearance.
Fred just won an argument with a button.
I think you ought to look into doing more appearances. Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
Right.
Bye-bye.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wild thing.
All right. Enough with the songs. All right. What else, Steve?
And the long.
Here's Eric the Midget. The reason I'm putting him through right away, I do have good news for Eric.
Oh.
Oh, good.
I did a little work for Eric.
Another perk for Eric, who is completely ungrateful and called you what yesterday?
What did you call me again, Eric? I forget.
I didn't call you anything.
Yes, you
Ass
did.
wipe.
Ass wipe or
yeah.
something.
That was the day before.
No, you called him it yesterday, too.
No, that was Fred replaying the tape.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I still think he did.
It's on tape.
Trust me, the minute he's not getting what he wants, he'll be going back to that state of mind.
Oh, definitely. I think he's in it now.
I did a little work for our small friend. Eric was complaining to me that it's been 4 years since he's had an acting job, and it seems to be my responsibility.
Right. And despite everything he says about you, he just accused you last week of ruining his life.
That's right.
You got rid of Johnny Fratto. You prevented him from going to the bunny ranch. You've done everything to this man.
Hey, Jason, did you print out everything? I forwarded you something to print. All right. I don't see it, but I can do it from memory. What?
yesterday, kind of as a show of good faith, I looked at YouTube and found a bunch of people stealing your content, and I sent it to your people to kind of shut them down.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Eric. And as a reward.
That's something.
All right, that's something. So anyway, Robin, as you know, I have some contacts in the television industry, and I've recently struck up a relationship with Robert Mills, who is a producer at ABC for the TV show The Bachelor, and I guess he does other work as well. He's a pretty big guy in television.
You're not telling me Eric's going to be the next Bachelor.
Well, I kind of am, actually. What I'm telling you...
I'm club-fucking-footed, you asswipe.
All right, listen.
Fred, let him talk. Don't be pushing.
Yeah, don't be rude, Fred.
Dude, this is my job.
He's sitting on the edge of his wheelchair. Stop it.
Right.
Sorry,
So I started talking to this guy about Eric, and he listens to the show, and he says to me, gee, what do you think of Eric? He says, do you want me to have a meeting with him? I said, yeah, I do. I want you to have a meeting with Eric. I said, what do you got in mind? He says, I'm thinking about Eric. Maybe there's something we can do with him. I said, what do you mean? Could he be the Bachelor? And he goes, why not?
Get out of here.
Listen to this. So he goes, what about Eric even appearing on, they got a Bachelorette starting, this very pretty girl, Jillian. He said, what if Eric is one of the guys vying for her hand in marriage?
Oh, my goodness.
For a relationship with her. I said, I think Eric's open to this. I said, I can't speak for him.
Will Eric be like the black guy? You can't throw him out the first round?
I don't know, but they're talking about Eric being some sort of part of a reality show and being one of the stars.
Oh, my goodness.
Like a major focal point. So I said, look, I know Eric's looking for work as an actor.
Well, it sounds like the acting
He's also
job...
looking for a woman.
It sounds like the acting job is going to have to be done by the girl.
Well, there'll be some acting going on around him.
Yeah, just like every girl that you're with, they act.
Well, you know,
I have dated some actresses. Thanks for pointing that out, Eric.
So I said to Robert, I said, listen, I said, what's the shot of Eric getting a meeting with you so he can pitch himself and sort of maybe come up with something that he can be involved with your production company? He says, I'll be happy to take a meeting with Eric.
Wow.
He says, let Eric know that I will meet with him, and that he said to me that it's because of my relationship with you and the show and the fact that I like it so much that I would do this for Eric.
How much you want to bet that Eric can blow this meeting?
You think he'll hook it up?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Eric, are you going to hook up the meeting?
No.
No.
Sure you will.
He's just said no.
He'll start making demands.
He'll what?
He'll start making demands. Like, Cameron Diaz, I need a dressing room, I need that, I need 2 first-class tickets.
I thought at first, I thought Robert was kidding me, I thought he was, like, putting me on. And
I think he is.
No, because
Maybe
I even sent him an email, and I said, look, I don't want to tell Eric this and burst his little heart, because it is important to him.
He's so sensitive, Eric.
But he seems to be legitimate, Robert.
He really is thinking of putting Eric in one of these
reality shows.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Eric, I hope you don't blow it.
So, Eric, I don't know. I'm exploring this. I don't know how it's all going to take shape, but just know I'm working on it.
Okay.
All right.
Have you ever heard the term thank you?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, my goodness.
You're welcome. So I'm
raised
trying.
you?
I'm trying for Eric, and I think all fans would love to see Eric on The Bachelor.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah.
I don't think that would even get me to watch it.
Oh, my God. If he wound up in the final
Yes,
two.
it would.
Oh, that would be so great.
I love you.
I'm club-footed, you bitch.
I'm club-footed, you asswipe.
You should do that. That would impress a girl. Do that thing with your foot where it's all the way around.
Well, Eric, anyway, I thought you would be very, very pleased with that information.
Right.
What?
I think he said right.
Oh, right. I think he said what?
Yeah.
I think he vomited.
I've heard him do that before where he mixes right and what. He goes, right. Eric, so you happy with this job? Right.
He didn't have the job yet, Artie.
I mean, you happy with this opportunity.
Meeting, yeah.
It's a meeting with this guy, Robert, who's evidently a big deal.
Oh, of course he is. This is a hit show the guy produces. You don't just get meetings with people like that. That's a major thing.
No.
Right.
So instead of watching reality shows, you could possibly be on one.
Right.
You know.
Become a reality show expert from the inside.
All right, Eric, that was my news for the day. I don't know where it's going. I'm waiting to hear from him, so I'll let you know.
All right. Keep me updated, please.
Yes. You got it. All right, thank you, Eric.
Can you imagine?
I guess
he's got
he's talking
Howard
to his
Stern
agents.
repping him.
The meeting would be in L.A., I take it. So that's no problem, right?
I'll need 2 first-class tickets.
Exactly. And I need a Mustang convertible.
No, Eric, that's no problem, right?
With a Hemi engine.
No, it wouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
Go back to trying to blow yourself.
Eric's a gay actor.
Thank you. No need to keep blurting out those names.
Yeah, really, Eric.
Eric, the ridiculous midget.
All right. So that
Brad,
was...
get off that button.
I thought I had printed out his letter for me to read on the air, but I don't have it now. Hey, Eric the Midget, what's happening?
I was just calling in to talk to you about the episode of Fringe that aired while you were on vacation.
I actually missed it.
Well, they sent me a copy of it, and I didn't watch that, but I watched the part where Eric's head explodes, and that's way cool.
Can I borrow that from you? Because I really want to see that.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, where Eric's head explodes is the best part, from what I understand. In fact, Ralph put it up on his website.
Whatever that is.
That's how I saw it. I didn't have to watch the whole stupid episode.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to see Eric's head explode.
Yeah, because you probably wouldn't understand
No.
the context or what else was going on in the show.
I don't watch the show. I will what I know from this. So I saw your head explode. That was way cool.
So you didn't see any of me actually acting?
No. But I will. I'll go back and watch it.
Stop lying.
I just didn't care. You know, there's some things you just don't care about.
You're going to make me choke. You're going to go back.
I have every intention of going back. I mean, I want to see Eric acting.
You think Eric can act?
Could somebody just, like,
Splice it together?
Yeah, just take the part where Eric's acting so I can see that. I don't even need to see the other characters interacting with him. I don't want to waste my time.
There's only one character interacting with
All right.
Newton,
yeah, I'll watch it. I'm going to watch that scene. But I did see the part where your head blew up, and that was way cool.
Right. I have been getting a lot of positive feedback on my Facebook page about the episode and, about me doing a good job on the episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, aren't you on for like 3 seconds?
Oh, I'm on longer than that.
Like how long is your scene?
I would say the 2 scenes combined, maybe a minute or 2 together.
How bad can you be in a minute or 2?
That's 1/40th of the show.